Manga-Waido.
Is she torn between salmon and kelp? I'm Yota Sudo, 19 years old. I was in a convenience store picking out some things when my eyes fell on a woman who was staring at a rice ball, frozen in place for a long time. She seems quite torn. For a moment, I thought that too, and when I wandered around the store for about 10 minutes... Excuse me, you haven't paid for that thing in your pocket, right? Come on, take it out. I thought she looked troubled, but I never expected her to be shoplifting. There must be some reason behind it. Well, can't be helped. Oh, excuse me, that kid's with me. Huh? I did say I would treat you, but you can't just take things without paying, right? I'll pay for that onigiri and mine together. I'm sorry for the trouble. As I said this, the clerk glanced at the girl, but hit the register. Come on, let's go. You said you were hungry. Let's eat outside.
Oh, okay.
Here, eat up.
Thank you. But the money...
That's okay. You didn't have any money, so you took it, right?
Yes.
Well, there must be some circumstances, right? Let's just eat together. Food tastes better when shared with someone, right? I eat alone when I go back home. So? The girl seemed a little relieved when I smiled.
Thank you so much. My name is Wakana Karada. My mom is gone, and there's no food at home.
What? The story she later confided in me was truly shocking. Despite her appearance, she's actually an elementary school student. Her father disappeared when she was young, and her mother also stopped coming home, leaving her in a desperate situation. She said she resorted to stealing out of necessity. The flashy baseball jacket she's wearing is actually her parents' clothing that she found in the dresser, and she wears it because she has nothing else. I see. I understand how you feel, because I used to be in a similar situation. In fact, I had my own circumstances as well. After my abusive parents disappeared, I was taken in by relatives, and I became a delinquent shortly after entering junior high school. I hardly ever went home and spent my days hanging out with friends, riding motorcycles. I managed to get by because I had friends, but I'm sure she doesn't even have someone like that. It made me feel sorry for her, thinking that... Well, even so, stealing is never justified, okay?
Yes.
After that, I went to the police box and left walking out with a familiar police officer. When I met the officer again sometime later, I was relieved to hear that Wakana had entered a protective facility. From there, normal, uneventful days continued once again. However, my workplace was a very good construction company run by my senior from the delinquent days, but after 10 years, it went bankrupt due to the impact of the recession. I was having a hard time finding a new job, and to be honest, I was getting anxious. During job interviews, everywhere I went, they would look displeased when they saw my educational background. It's rare these days to see someone who only graduated from junior high school. What's the reasoning? Every time I was asked that question, I didn't know how to respond. If I were to honestly say that I didn't go to high school because I rebelled against my relatives and got into trouble, it would be obvious that I wouldn't be hired. Even if I tried to cover it up, I still faced rejection, and I felt trapped from all sides. Finally made it to the final interview. I have to get hired here. I've been to dozens of interview rooms and got rejected by all of them, and today is an interview at a certain real estate company. I approached it with a sense of urgency, thinking, there's no turning back now. Your last academic background is from Waido Junior High School. Why didn't you go to high school? Yes, due to family circumstances, there was no financial leeway. If you attend a public school, it doesn't cost much, right? I didn't have the academic ability to pass the entrance exam, so I chose to work instead. If you couldn't get into high school, what can you do with that level of academic ability for us? I'll utilize the technical skills and negotiation skills I've cultivated through my experiences in the real world so far. There are other candidates with your level of talent. If the abilities are the same, we would prefer to hire someone who's a high school or college graduate. Could you please remind me of the benefits of hiring you? Next to the interviewer, named Sakai, is the company president. If I lie or try to deceive, it'll likely become a problem later on. I decided to speak honestly. Actually, I went through a rebellious phase after graduating from junior high school. Huh? While I may have strayed from the right path during that time, I was able to learn the true meaning of human relationships through my experiences with my inner circles. How do you think that experience will benefit you in the future? I may not have academic qualifications, but I consider myself a man who is sincere in his sense of duty and obligation. I have confidence in my connections with people. I will serve customers with sincerity and dedication, and I will definitely repay your company as well. There was no other way for me but to appeal to my enthusiasm. Sakai seemed to make fun of me and scoffed, but... I understand. In that case, we'll hire you. What? President? You're a rare, passionate young man in this day and age. I was just thinking that I wanted a man like you in our company. I have high expectations for you. Thank you very much. Excuse me. I thought it was all over, but I'm glad I didn't give up. I was so happy I felt like crying. It was at that moment.
You're Pseudo Yoto-san, right?
Huh? Yes, I'm Pseudo. Who could it be? I feel like I recognize you.
It has been a while. It's Wakana. 10 years ago, you helped me.
10 years ago? Oh! You're the girl in the baseball jacket!
Yes.
That's right. This was the girl I bought rice balls for at the convenience store that day. Apparently that girl, Wakana-san, lived in a facility for a while before being taken in by the president of this place and became his adopted daughter. Is that so? That's great to hear.
I owe everything to Pseudo-san for being able to be here like this.
No, it wasn't much. Wakana, were you able to thank him?
Dad, yes, just now.
President! Wakana-san apparently recognized me as the man from that time as soon as he saw my resume. I didn't hire you because you helped Wakana. It's because I thought you were a man of compassion. I'm looking forward to seeing your success. Yes! I will do my best to meet your expectations! After joining the company, I worked hard to repay the favor. I'm back! The store we were discussing last week, the contract has been finalized.
Wow, this is the third one this month, isn't it?
When I told an old acquaintance that I had switched to working at a real estate agency, they asked me to help them find a property.
I see. Personal connections really are important, aren't they? I feel a bit hesitant to talk to my friends about work for some reason.
I mean, we're not trying to sell them anything bad, so there's no need to be shy about it.
You're right. Oh, but I remember being nervous when I was introducing properties to my friends the other day, and I ended up talking too much and turning them off.
I used to be like that too. Pushing too hard in sales isn't good. In other words, it's not about talking at customers, but listening to them.
Pushing too hard isn't good. That's right, I'll learn from that.
Wakana-san also transferred to the sales department around the same time I joined the company. Perhaps because I'm older, she listens attentively to my advice and suggestions. If you're a man in your late 20s, it's only natural to be able to give that kind of advice. Well, yes. It's important for you to not get too carried away with this guy, Wakana-san.
I'm really at a loss with Sakai-san. He acts all humble in front of my father.
Is that so? Apparently, Sakai is the son of the company president senior. He used to work for a listed company, and he's actually quite capable, but he has a high pride and cocky attitude. While avoiding Sakai's unpleasantness, I worked hard using all my connections and know-how, and by the time 6 months had passed, I was ranked third in sales performance.
Pseudo-san, you're amazing! It's the first time someone has ranked so high in such a short period of time.
Thanks. It's all thanks to your support, Wakana-san.
Oh, no.
As newcomers, we often work together as a team. The people around us have been welcoming and accepting of us newbies, despite our frequent mistakes. Except for this person. Pseudo, is the presentation material ready yet? The deadline's this weekend, so... What are you going to do if there's a mistake at the last minute? I'm sorry. Jeez, this is why high school dropouts are... It seems that Sakai, who graduated from a top university, was not pleased that I, with a lower academic background, was achieving success. Who cares about someone like that? I was focused on my own work, but then one day, something unbelievable happened.
I'm pretty sure I put the envelope with 300,000 yen here last week. I also confirmed with Akane-san, so there's no mistake.
So, the money disappeared either over the weekend or early this morning. It seemed that the funds for the company trip were gone. We were supposed to hand them out to the travel agency representative today, but in the end, the money couldn't be found, and the workplace was in an uproar. Come to think of it, Pseudo comes in early in the morning and does something, right? What? Oh yes. I come in early to clean and prepare for the day. There's no way you would resort to your old stealing habit just because you want cash, right? No! Absolutely not!
Please stop making faceless accusations! Suda-san is just helping me with the cleaning as we take turns. It's ridiculous to doubt that.
How about that? You just changed jobs, so you don't have much money to spare, right? No! I don't even know the safe's combination! You just have to take a sneak peek while someone else is opening it, right? No, that's not right! If you get angry so quickly like that, you'll look even more suspicious. After that, the president, who happened to return from outside, asked what was going on and spoke to Sakai. Sakai initially backed off, but he continued to glare at me. He's totally convinced that I'm the culprit. Then...
President, could you let me check the security cameras?
Well, let's start from there. I'd like to try to resolve it internally before consulting the police. I'm counting on you, Pseudo-san.
Yes. It's going to be okay, Suda-san. I will definitely clear your suspicions.
Wakana-san, I'm sorry. I checked the security cameras thoroughly with her. Then we found a shadow sneaking into the company late on Saturday night. However, anyone above the rank of supervisor has a key to the company's entrance. Plus, it's too dark to identify who it is.
Then, Suda-san, what do you think about doing this? We have an announcement for everyone. When we checked the security camera, we found footage of a person who appears to be the culprit.
They entered through the front entrance, so we believe it must be someone with a key, possibly a supervisor or a higher-ranking individual. What about the face? Did you recognize them?
The video was too dark to see the faces clearly.
I have an acquaintance who is knowledgeable in video processing, so I'm considering handing over the camera footage for analysis. Is that okay with you? Understood. I will continue to rely on your support. I put away the USB drive that I showed to everyone on my desk. I hope it goes well. A few hours later... What are you doing, Sakai-san? What? I thought you went for a lunch break! I've been watching you. I've been monitoring the office for a while, waiting for the time when there were fewer people around, and the one who approached my desk at that moment was none other than Sakai. Anticipating that the foolish culprit might touch the USB drive that was conspicuously prepared, I placed a smartphone on Wakana's desk across from us and monitored the situation by receiving the video feed in the break room.
You were holding the USB, right? Why do you need that?
Well, I was just thinking of borrowing it. Is it because you wanted to delete the footage before it was analyzed? No! But I don't think there's anyone other than the culprit who would want it. As we were having that conversation, employees who had finished their lunch break started returning to the office one after another. When I explained the situation...
Sakai, why do you need the USB?
Sakai! Explain the situation! Pseudo's the bad one! It's not me! Why me? Even though he's just a junior high school graduate, he gets all the attention and it pisses me off! Is that why you were trying to pin the blame on me? Of course! Unlike you, I'm not struggling for money! The money's right here! I'll return it immediately, so there shouldn't be any problem, right? Do you think that excuse'll work? After reporting everything to the president afterwards, you'll be fired for disciplinary reasons. No! It's all for the company's sake! I thought that being a junior high school dropout wasn't suitable for the company! This is getting out of hand. I won't report this to the police at Pseudo's request. But leave, right now.
Yes!
After that, as expected, the analysis of the image confirmed that it was Sakai's doing. So the president proceeded with his declaration and dismissed him for disciplinary reasons. and just like that, Sakai completely disappeared from our sight.
Is it okay not to turn Sakai-san over to the police?
It's fine like this. Just like in sales, it's not good to push too hard. I don't want to corner him too much and risk some kind of retaliation.
Right. Maybe that's for the best.
More importantly, thank you for everything, Wakana-san. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I believed in Suda-san.
In the end, everyone ended up supporting me. I'm really glad I got a job here.
Me too. It's really great that Suda-san came to our company. Because you were my first love.
Huh?
Suda-san?
Yes?
If you don't have anyone you're dating or anything, I want to be by your side forever.
I'm happy about your feelings, but I'm just a regular old man, you know. And on top of that, I'm a junior high school dropout and a former delinquent.
Suda-san, it's true that being too pushy is not good, but isn't this the right time to be assertive? Or am I not the right person for you?
I was taken aback by her words. It's not manly of me not to respond after being told this much. There's no way it's a no. You're the lucky goddess who saved me twice. Wakana-san, please go out with me.
Yes! From now on, please take care of me.
And so, I officially started dating the girl I had helped 10 years ago.
Yota-san, hurry up! Let's ride that next.
Wait a minute, I'm starving!
How about we have bento for lunch? Today's onigiri is with kelp.
You really love kelp, don't you? God does miraculous things. Life's not something to throw away.
Huh? What?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just happy to have a cute girlfriend.
Oh, please!
I may not have been blessed with good parents, but I believe that together, we can surely grasp happiness. I have a feeling about that.